So I have one more space for a Cutlass Supreme on my shelf. So I have all of my Cutlass Supremes up here, and I've cleared a space off for my last Cutlass Supreme, Cutlass Supreme SX. So I'm going to have one unboxing of this car that I've got here. It's a 1970 Cutlass SX. It's an Ertl. Ertl kind of, for me, was the start. They were the first ones to sort of come out with the muscle cars. And, you know, they seem to get the interest in these cars. Like, so before Ertl started with their American Muscle series, there wasn't a market, or there wasn't that many diecast cars. And then they started showing up in stores in the 90s, and they sort of kicked off the diecast car collection or collecting hobby for me. So this is not a very, you know, it's not like a very high detail car, but it's still a high detail. But it's mid-level for diecast cars. This car probably would have sold for $59.95, you know, in the late 90s, 2000s. And now they're selling for, you know, $150, $200, depending on, I guess, the car and how many there's been made. Anyway, so this is a 1970 Cutlass SX. It's a blue white interior car. It doesn't have the ram air hood. We're going to unbox it, and we're going to see the detail and how it compares to the exact detail. Anyway, so they're packaged in a different way than the exact detail. They're just, you know, in a box with the clear plastic to, you know, to see the car. It's not as, I don't know, it's not as nice of a packaging. It's just pretty simple. So we're going to see here, this hasn't been opened. So this is an unopened vehicle, like an unopened box for this car. And these are screwed to a plastic base with two screws. We'll find out. Let's see, come on. Let's get this out of there. Okay. So, as you can see, it's screwed down to a plastic base. There is a plastic strap going through the doors to keep the doors closed and also prevent, I'm not sure if these seats move. Nope, the seats don't move in this one. So they're just to keep the doors closed. And I'm not even sure if the trunk opens on this. No, I don't think so. So we've got a hood that opens though. There is a fair amount of detail on that, but not as nice as the exact detail. But it does have nice hood hinges, so that is pretty cool. Well, let's see if we can get this off the base. So in this case, there's 4 screws that hold it to the base. And so let's see about this. And I guess we can take, yeah, we're just unscrew this. And some of these screws are very hard to get out, and you end up sort of stripping the heads off them. So you have to be, I gotta have a better screwdriver than this, I guess. This is just a cheap screwdriver. I should have grabbed a better one. Although with it attached to the base, it does prevent the car from moving around in the box. So I guess maybe it doesn't need the same sort of protection, but I think it's pretty cheap. Really? Okay, so there's the car. 2 long screws and 2 short ones. So we'll get rid of this strap. Maybe I gotta cut it. I'll go get some scissors. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I guess, cut this off. Come on. So there's the 70 Cutlass SX. The detail is not the same as the other more detailed cars. It doesn't have the fabric seat belts. It does have detail, just not as crisp. Doesn't have the seat belts, doesn't show as much as the other car. I don't think the trunk opens on this one. it's a nice looking car. The paint is good. The outside looks really good. The engine, front end, the grille. It is detailed. It's just not the same detail, not to the same level. Okay. So you can still see the windshield washer bottle, the upper rad hose, the piping, the air cleaner with the Oldsmobile label on it. There's the master cylinder and brake booster. You can see the wires for the spark plugs. Anyway, that is the Ertl diecast car. I did get this for Christmas, so it was an unboxing. On this car, though, I do like the hood hinge. It seems to be really close. Well, it's as close as you can get to what it would really look like. And some of the cars just don't even have that. Maybe they skimp out, I'm not sure. The blue on the engine isn't the right blue, but I guess that's nitpicky, I guess. The console actually looks closer to the original in this car, though, than in the lane cars. That console does look it does look correct. Give it that. Hold on and I'll compare the two cars and we can take a look. So there's the Ertl car that I just unboxed. And now this is a lane exact detail car that I've had, and I have done a video for it. But the console is a little wide. And if you ever see a Cutlass Supreme or a Cutlass 442 or Cutlass S console, they're narrow on the top. They're more narrow than that. So the detail is really good. It's just the console is not right. So on this car here, you can see the console is narrower, and that would be more true to the original. And then this one has sill plates. So that's good. And the exact detail doesn't have sill plates. So you would have sill plates on the car. So the door sill plate is not shown, or doesn't exist on the Lane Exact Detail. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that stands out, but the wheel isn't, you know, crisp, and that detail's not there. The door panels, you know, are very similar. And then the Lane Exact Detail is there. Now, what I was talking about was this hood hinge. So let's see on the Lane what they look like. Okay, so you can see there, they've got like a hood hinge, and it kind of, you know, it kind of looks similar to what you'd have in a real car. On the Lane Exact Detail, they don't have that. So you notice that it is detailed quite well, but it comes in off where the firewall would be, and it's just a like just a steel bar. So leave it to Ertl to have some detail that's better than the Lane Exact Detail. Anyway, that is my unboxing for my new 1970 Cutlass Supreme SX, and I'll put them up on the shelves, and then I'll get a little shot of that. So I had to move my GMP GTX down to the bottom. I had it up on the Oldsmobile shelf, but now that I've got 5 Supremes on display, that takes up all the space I have on the shelf. So there is my Cutlass Supreme shelf now, with the 5 Cutlass Supreme SX cars on display. Anyway, thanks for joining me for the unboxing of my latest car, and have a good day.